Imagine how reassuring it will feel if you know that your horse is able to be calm when they're caught up in a fence or a rope. When your horse had that fence injury or stepped on that rope and pulled back or panicked when they got tangled up in a rope, they didn't learn anything. They just made themselves more scared and set themselves up for a bigger reaction next time. Well, we can change that by releasing the trauma of the old accident and showing them how they can make themselves safe if they get caught up by a rope or a fence. This lesson is much longer than my normal high impact quick lessons for busy people because it's such an incredibly valuable lesson. It's in response to a real accident that happened 5 or 10 minutes before I turned the camera on. So this is a real-time, unedited trauma release from a rope accident. Incredibly valuable footage. You'll notice Melissa's working in baby steps. Earlier on while I was talking, she brought her horse's head down. That was the first baby step. Then she asked him to move his leg off the rope. That was the second baby step. Third baby step, she was asking, she was just holding his leg with the rope and then asking him to give with his head at the same time. When you look at that, he's licking and chewing and processing while she's actually holding the leg still. That's an awful lot of confidence this young horse has in her. And he has this kind of confidence in her because she has listened to his fear for many years now and worked consciously and deliberately to help him feel safe in all kinds of circumstances. So now she's changed legs. She's got a hold on the leg and asking him to bring his head down. That all happened easier this time. Melissa does a lot more petting than I would normally think was okay while she's waiting for the chew. Normally, patting a horse while you're waiting for the chew will get in the road of their chew. That was lovely. That was the first time he actually had his head down while she asked him to move his leg at the same time. So he was giving to the leg and the head at the same time. Now, patting a horse while you're waiting for the chew will normally get in the road of their concentration, their processing. But in this particular case, Boots is an orphan foal and he has an incredibly deep sense of comfort about Melissa's stroking of him. It's a great reason for not making any unbreakable rules. So this time she's holding his head down and asking him to give to the leg in a different way and to give to his head at the same time. This is all happening faster with less time waiting for the chew than you're probably going to have to do because of Melissa and Boots' past history in her helping him feel safe about all kinds of things. So he has this incredibly deep sense of confidence with her. There's his lick and chew and release of that last lot of work that she just did. And as you can see, she's getting the release while she's stroking a horse. For some people, if this trauma release is very old, you might actually stop at this point and come back tomorrow. That's unnecessary for Melissa. It all still feels really good. Notice he's getting softer with the give to the leg and the head at the same time. Now he's really gone into some deeper processing. His head dropped, his eyes have gone sleepy. Whoops. Distracted by something else happening there. Now Melissa's just running the rope straight from his head under his leg. Which is the way the accident actually happened. So now there's a very definite pressure on head and leg at the same time. And that's put him into a deeper processing. Distracted again. The whole herd of horses is on the other side of the camera here. There he goes, giving the head and chewing at the same time. Great job. Now he's feeling the rope. If he's caught in a fence or caught in a rope, he's going to need to feel to come off it repeatedly, over and over again. You can almost see him thinking his way through here. He's leaning out on the rope, and then he's given to it again, and she's going to stop and wait for the chew again. Telling him what a star he is. The chews, notice the chews coming very fast. Don't be surprised if your horse takes a lot longer than this. So this is the point at which Melissa stopped for the day. What you've just seen is a horse release trauma from an accident that had just happened. What he's going to need to do to avoid any more accidents with the rope is to do the same work on all four legs over a period of however long it takes, maybe days. If you can teach your horse to give to the rope like that and give to the rope on the leg and the head at the same time, then you can be just about sure that if they're stuck in a fence, they're going to relax and wait for you. Well, maybe not relax, but they're going to be able to wait for you without tearing their legs apart while they're doing it. So you can see how incredibly valuable this lesson is going to be. So let's recap and look at what skills Mel used to do such a fabulous job. She used the conscious and deliberate connection with the horse from the first key to happiness. She had already established a huge confidence between her and young Boots by having established a pattern and a habit of listening to his fear and helping him feel safe. Now, how to do that is in the second and third keys to happiness. She used her early warning signal that something is not quite right to know when to back off, when to change something, when to stop and wait for the chew. That's from the fourth key to happiness with your horse. And how you and I would do exactly the same job will no doubt be slightly different, because we will be working with our connection with our horse, with our old history with that horse, and with that horse's old history. And we'll be using our early warning signal that something is not quite right. And we might change things a little differently. We might wait a little longer, whatever. So don't get too hooked into the details of what Mel did here. You're going to be listening carefully yourself. I so love this way of being with horses. What you just watched here is yet another example of a world-class horsewoman going about helping her horse to live peacefully in the world of humans. Pretty cool, eh?